Oh yeah. What's up everybody? It's another episode of the Smooth Experience. It's a good night. It's like my Friday night. So it's like my night off. So I'm gonna be doing the crypto sphere as much as I can tonight. It's hard to stay away. So anyways, I'm Silky Smooth and this is just a channel about anything that interests me, and currently that is cryptocurrency. And yeah, I just wanted to end up talking to you tonight about a couple of things that are interesting to me. One of the first things is that I wanted to touch down on some ideas that this article is touching down on from Cointelegraph. It's talking about the global lending system can be improved with blockchain. That's pretty cool because it's like, think about that for a minute. Like, what could the global lending system benefit from if we had distributed ledger technology? So yeah, it's talking about like how not everyone has the means to open a personal business or bank account, but practically everyone needs to make transactions that involve money. And you know, the Bitcoin network is something that can help people because almost everybody has access to the internet. And if they don't, it's definitely spreading pretty fast. And this is a pretty cool because the blockchain says, how can the blockchain help? It has easier access to the mainstream financial system, which is good because banks require an enormous amount of documentation to process loans for their customers. With blockchain, there's almost no chance of fraud. This makes it easier for customers to become part of the system while maintaining a high security level, a win situation for both parties. And that is true. Like if you wanted to end up using government backed fiat dollars, then you would end up having to get a government ID. You would also have to have like government records to get that ID. You would also need to get a bank account with a government licensed bank. You would just have to do all of this stuff. And the Bitcoin network is nice because if you know somebody that takes Bitcoin and you need their services, all you need to do is get their wallet address and send it to them. It's just nice. Easier and more affordable remittances. That's true. Because, we don't have to be charged for my Bitcoin wallets like where people are charged for their bank accounts, which is ridiculous. And that's where this world is going to start to see that, like, charging somebody to hold their money is ridiculous. People are going to be able to hold their own money so they don't have to worry about those charges. And so, yep, that's something that is good. And it says access to more reliable financial products and better protection. So it is true. The blockchain, the transparent and immutable nature of blockchain technology comes into play. And basically, it's just saying that, this type of technology is something that's going to allow us to not have to rely on other, like, humans to facilitate our transactions. And nothing wrong with humans. It's just that they can be swayed with money. They have emotions. They can be bought off by different things. They have opinions. And so whereas an Ethereum smart contract does not have an opinion, it can make sure that you're always paid out regardless of what's happening. So it's just something that's pretty good. And next, so well, and then also opportunity for better borrow lender protection connection. That's something that's happening with Bitconnect. And other things where you're able to lend your Bitcoin. That's happening on the exchanges where you're able to lend, your Bitcoins out to people on margin trading. That's pretty cool. If you want to end up getting into that, just leave a comment. Definitely tell you about it. Something else. Um, Next, Templum and Liquid M Capital to launch platform for U.S. regulated ICOs. Okay, so this is something that's kind of interesting. CryptoNinjas.net points out that Templum LLC and its affiliated broker-dealer Liquid M Capital LLC announced today a strategic partnership to launch a digital asset platform known as Templum, offering both primary issuance of ICOs and the secondary trading of both registered and unregistered digital assets as securities through an alternative trading system. Alternative trading system. Interesting. Yeah, there's probably just gonna be some blockchain verification people that are like looking at blockchain.info and being like, yeah, look, it's went through, verified. That's our ATS team, our alternative trading system team. But this is pretty interesting because it's starting to end up getting things. While experiencing tremendous growth, the ICO market has operated independently of jurisdictional securities laws, which is great. However, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) released an investigative report on July 25th regarding DAO tokens that concluded that their sale and trading was in violation of U.S. securities laws. So it seems like these guys are trying to make sure that some ICOs are going to be regulated. And, in my opinion, this is just one of the biggest, or I'm sorry, this is one of the first of a whole wave of businesses that are going to try to be attractive to the government so that they can get like a government contract. Because, as we all know, getting a government contract is a great contract because it lasts for a while and it's reliable money because it's all of our taxpayer money. But taxpayer money doesn't have to go towards, regulating ICOs, regulating cryptos. There's things that we need to end up doing much more dire than that. So I don't know. I think that this is the first of quite a few different companies that are going to just try to position themselves in a way that they face the government and they're like, all right, we want to become attractive to the government, so we're going to help the government regulate ICOs by creating this whole platform. There's even going to be Bitcoin engineers that are going to go and work for the government. Definitely. Not trying to say that the government's completely bad or anything, but what I'm trying to say is that, like, I just know that ICOs and these types of things shouldn't have to be regulated. They should be, like, worked together with. Same thing with the banks. It's not even really the government, it's really the banks because the banks have a problem with it. And it's just because they're the ones that control currency right now, you know? So I just speak freely on this stuff, and it's something that I think is interesting because, what kind of benefits would we get with a regulated ICO? Would we get, government backing? Would we be able to enforce laws through ICOs? Those would be the benefits to it, but everything's a double-edged sword. So what would we be giving up? We would be giving up the freedom to, run ICOs the way that we want to run them. We'd be giving up the freedom of. This is just basically it. That's all I could say. And so it's just something I want to think about. I'm just always, somebody that is trying to stay neutral on these types of things at all times. But, with how I've been seeing some of these governments reacting to some of the crypto so far, and other governments are trying their hardest to regulate these things, it's just really interesting, and it's hard for me to take a stance right now on either. And I can't really, I'm just delivering the news, really. Ministers next. Ministers have been fired for mining Bitcoin during work. This is pretty interesting. The chairman of the Anti-Corruption Committee of Crimea reportedly said that they were able to identify the incorrect activities before they cashed in. And basically it's saying um, two ministers have been caught mining Bitcoin using government properties in the Crimean Council of Ministers. They're not sure how much they mined, but they said that in 2017 just a Bitcoin was 1,800. Now it costs more than 4,000. They believe dismissing these employees should be an example for others who would think to do the same. At the moment, Crimea has got a lot of potential to use Bitcoin as a currency, as it's being discussed by government figures such as the finance minister Alexei Morasev and President Vladimir Putin. See, so it's like there are some governments that are trying to be open to it, and that's something that I think is pretty interesting. It's all about working together on these types of things, you know? But I really foresee the planet going forward with decentralized committees, decentralized boards of voters or boards of executives where there's many executives on a board, not just a few. And that's everybody that participated in the coin or is holding the coin, because the coin is just a symbol of our value. Next, all right, so these are some interesting um, Exodus alternatives that are going on. Right now, I got a little bit in my Exodus wallet, 87, and that's pretty cool, but it's growing every day. And I also have a lot of investments that I have not cashed in on yet, which I think is great. But yeah, Zoom Miner. What's the cool thing about this? Let's take a look at this. I just saw something for this popping up today, and I was all like, huh, what is this about? So, freedom of action with Zoom Miner. The future is here, just start now. A smart and easy way to invest your money. Also, you could download the white paper. Purpose. The blockchain technology could be accessible to everyone. Should be accessible to everyone. Externally complex and capacious blockchain technology will become more accessible and understandable with our services. They have a web version of the wallet. I don't have an account yet, but I'm thinking about making one. Mission to Zoom Miner. Create universal cryptocurrency wallet with long-term prospects. That's pretty cool. Okay, so what is Zoom Miner? It's a centralized complex of popular tools. So this one is a multi-currency crypto wallet, instant exchange of cryptocurrencies, exchange and storage of funds, increased security, online support, cloud mining. It's pretty cool. The possibility of a fixed income up to 0.33% a day on investment into the project. Okay. Cloud mining. And they will have this really cool video down here that I think you guys should watch. People didn't know the full. It's pretty cool. You can use Zoom Miner to store and exchange currencies, kind of like Exodus. But Exodus doesn't allow you to do cloud mining and doesn't give you fixed income investments. Here's the team. All these guys, the architects, the tariffs. If you go in for 92 days, you'll get 0.25% a day, and you'll end up making 23% in 92 days off of whatever your investment is. If you do it for 183 days, you get 0.3%, and that results in 54, almost 50. Man, I get tired when I record these videos. These are 54, almost 55% there. And then mining, you have to end up putting it in there for quite a bit of time, but you're going to make 0.33% every day, and the forecast of investment profit for the accounting period is 90%. That is amazing. So, yeah, this is just something I think is pretty cool. All right, so, you know, this is a wallet, guys. A wallet that allows you to compound if you leave your money in there every day. This is something that I'm probably going to try in my free time. And I might end up doing a video just letting people know about how this is going. If you guys leave me a comment wanting to know that. Next, I do. Your blockchain asset experience. Fast, easy, and not only multi-currency wallet, it's a hybrid exchange too. Safe decentralized exchange as fast as a centralized one. The exchange manager does not have any access to the user accounts. The user enjoys a trading experience with some of the most competitive fees. Yeah. It's blockchain to human interface, simplifying the interaction between blockchain and users. It's pretty interesting. And they got the team here. The team shows their LinkedIn profiles, which I think is really good. Let's take a look at Marco Pulsi. And Ramona. Marco's CTO and founder, digital identity. So that's pretty cool. She has a profile that's hard to translate, but that's still cool. So what's just good is I'm just trying to check to make sure that these aren't like fake profiles. So this is the UX team. Um, so I got just a couple more. This one doesn't have a lot of info on it. Founder. Highly qualified IT professional with over 25 years experience. Cool. So yeah, that's just kind of what I wanted to talk about, guys. It's just like some of these alternatives to Exodus. I'm probably going to try it at least because yeah, this is really cool. Want to end up seeing something that's going to end up working on like my phone as well as a desktop. So I want to see what we could do there. I don't know if they got a desktop app, so I'll look into it. And then yeah, that's all I wanted to say, guys. So until the next episode, this has been Silky Smooth. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, donate if you want to keep this content coming, and I'll see you in the next episode.